more Cobb stickers. And of course the almighty high flow air filter. Alright, so those are parts we got. What we're going to do is try and install this SF intake. See if we can get it there. Made by Cobb on the car today. We're going to start with taking the old air box out. We're going to be replacing this box here, the little bit of tubing here, and move the mass airflow sensor over again. Right there. Alright, go me. Yeah, let's go with these. That way we have what we need. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering what car this is, it is a Subaru Impreza, and it is the WRX 2003 little bug eye version there. In case any of you were wondering what car this is that we are working on. You can unplug the mass airflow sensor here. Push in, push the tab down, and then pull it back. So push it in towards the plug, press the tab, then pull back, and it should pop out of the way there. But we do want to get that off, which we said was 8. A little ratchet here. I'm going to just take this hose clamp here off. That way when we get everything going, that tube will come out. Alright, so that's loose. Now I want to take this mass airflow sensor out. It's just 2 screws right on top here. 1 and 2. Just a Phillips head screwdriver. Now, since we're taking this off, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to clean this, but I'm impatient and I want to test drive it as soon as I get it on, so I'm probably not going to do that. Okay, so that's loose. That should kind of just wiggle out of there. That is the mass airflow sensor. It's down in there. It's not actually this on top here. It's not that. It's actually down inside. Down in there. But you get the idea. So we're going to take these lines loose here. And this should fly up and come right off. Like that. Alright, so we'll set that aside. Take our old air filter out. We don't need that. We're going to go fast now. There's a light. Oh, there it is. Right there. That one's got to come out. So, get an extension and take that out. There we go. So, again, we will take that guy out right down there. Not gonna lie, this is a lot harder than it looks, or at least from what I've seen. Doing it with one hand like this. Everybody makes it look so easy. I'm assuming we need that for the bracket to mount the new box in. Got another one over here too, it looks like. Yep, right there. Same thing. Same size. Buster! Alright. That's free. Let's see if we can get our hand down in there too. Beautiful. That's out. Now it should come right out. And we go. And there. I'm going to set you down for this piece too. Because this is kind of wedged in there. Just going to move these lines out of the way, plus that mass airflow sensor plug there. Whole thing comes out. Yeah, not too bad. All right. Now I've seen people bring this off and just take it off of here and just run the scoop right into there, but I think I'm gonna leave it on and let that air come in through that scoop there and then just suck it in from there. We'll see. Not really a cold air intake, but it's got an intercooler on it, so we'll be okay. It's already pre-oiled. That part we know. That part's easy. Filter goes on the end of the tube. Skinny end goes into the existing car parts. So, yeah. That's obvious. But this might even have to be bent more. I've seen intakes where they've given you a supplied bracket and you actually have to bend this into place how it's needed. So. Huh? Daddy's car isn't broke.
What?
It's not broke.
What?
It's not broke.
Take it?
It's not broke.
Take it?
I didn't break it.
Take it?
I don't need to fix it. We're just putting different parts on it.
Better?
Yeah, make it better.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, we're going to make it better. Alright, you want to tell them where we got to put this?
Yes.
Okay. So we got our intake tube here. Right here. The filter's off. Filter's laying up there. There's that bracket. The little L piece we have going to the bottom hole off that intake. So it's going right there. Then it just goes underneath your brake lines down there and over to, like I said, that box mounting hole. It'll mount right there. Right there. So we will tighten everything down. Now you got to do this with the filter off because it gets in the way of this space here. And it feels like you got to kind of just finagle this piece in to get it all to kind of sit right. So we'll take it out. I'll tighten that bracket where I want it and then put it all in and call it a day. So this was the part that was a little tricky. You're going to set it underneath these vacuum lines, or these breather lines, whatever they are, right here. You're going to slide it under there as I drop it, and then take the end of the bracket, the light here so you can see, take that underneath those brake lines, and it'll just slide right in there. You'll bolt that on, and then you can kind of fit that in to there as well. So grab one of our 12-meter box bolts. I'll probably put the other one back in just to keep it, but we'll tighten this down and bottom mounting bolt in the bracket as well while we're here, because I now know my bracket placement's where I want it. Just snug that up, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw this back into the car just to keep it there. In case for any reason I want to put the factory airbox in, I'm going to keep all these parts. I always recommend doing that. If you have to resell or something for any reason, you can put it back to factory and make it look like you weren't putting all these aftermarket pieces on. I know when I bought the car, that was a big selling point, is when I popped the hood and it didn't have all these extra pieces parts on. I was looking for as much stock as I could. This guy back in, and this is our airflow sensor, MAF sensor. It's just going to set in top there. Pretty easy. Line up the holes. I keep the plug the same way you took it off, obviously. I don't think it even lines up the other way. Yeah, it doesn't, so pretty easy to do. And then I use the supplied bolts from Cobb, those two. They give you an Allen wrench, which I have one, but they give you that, which is nice. use those. Don't use the old screws. I don't know if they're the same size. And you don't want to cross thread or strip anything out. So, plus they're new and they're shiny and all that whatnot. Now when you tighten these down, you don't have to go crazy. You're just tightening them up. You're not wrenching on them real tight. You don't want to crack the plastic or anything. Now we got that on. We can put our filter on, and it's pretty much done at this point. When you look at this, when it's all done, it sits really close to that fender wall. I'll try to get you a comparison here. But yeah, so it's like really snug in there. So that makes it easier to just deal with that afterwards. Put this on last because it's the easiest part to do. Put everything in, like I said, test fit it, make sure it gets in the spot you want it, tighten all the bolts down, then throw that on last, that filter on last, and you should be alright. But yeah, let's start her up, make sure everything's plugged in, and start it up, see what it sounds like. Need to get gas. Now, it is safe to note, or it's a good idea noting, I do already have the access port as well. So I got that first. And then after I bought that, I went ahead and got the, let's turn this light on here. I went ahead and got the intake after that. Now I plan on getting a couple more things such as the downpipe and all that good stuff, but for now this was the best way. I'll get the access port first. Bang for buck power gains, that hands down the best you'll get, and then the intake just because it sounds fantastic. The car came with an aftermarket catback, so that will get changed out. I don't know when. It doesn't sound bad, it's just I want to get one. I know where it came from, so but let's hear this. Now I know I didn't do it before sound take, but trust me, it sounds way better. Like I said, I've driven one with one on it and it was fantastic, so I couldn't wait to get one myself, as my wife calls me. Hello? Bye. Okay, so yeah, drove one. Like I said, it was awesome. I highly recommend it. If you like the blow-off sound and you have a Subaru, I recommend getting one just because running the blow-off valve can be bad unless it's tuned for it. There's some big reason behind how the mass airflow sensor brings air in and then goes into the throttle. That being said, I had it. Like I said, I had a cheap one on there that came with the car when I bought it. I took it off. I put the factory bypass valve on, which you don't get that sound with, but with this intake you kind of get a little bit of that back, so it does sound pretty cool, so I do recommend it. But yeah, there you go. I'm Bomoney. You can watch me on my other videos we're going to have on this channel, ride-alongs with a couple guys, so we're going to just BS our way through whatever we're talking about. But yeah, if you like it, like the video, subscribe if you want, let me know what you think.